Well, hold on. There's an important first starter question that we have to ask.
Okay.
We've been planning this all week. Tell us about your childhood and growing up in the worst state of the union, Ohio.
I had a great childhood. There's nothing wrong with Cincinnati, Ohio. Actually, it has 4 seasons.
There's nothing good about it either, though, right? I mean, I've been there. Not impressed.
You guys have that fake
What
chili.
did you do in Ohio? Gets a little bit cold in the winter. Gets a little bit hot in the summer. There's stuff to do in between. Played baseball growing up. It was great.
He's getting defensive right off the bat. You should not have led with that. Should not have led with
I'm ready.
that. Welcome to the Covering Strong Backs podcast. I don't know. I had all the way down to 1.
Hell yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Covering Strong Backs podcast 008. As always, I got my man Chris Morgan over there in his, what do you call that, disco neon dungeon training room. You do like Zumba classes to a beat and the light changes? Is that what you do?
I'm a terrible dancer, so Zumba's not a good it's not a good workout thing for me.
Well, it's not about the workout.
There aren't many things
about
I'm worse
fun.
at than dancing.
No, it's about having fun.
I always have fun.
Yeah. Well, also with us today is a good friend of ours, Kyle Johnson, part of the Thick Boys. What's going on, Kyle?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Glad
I am not in a rave dungeon sans exercise right now. I am hanging out in the bonus room upstairs that I have recently turned into a home office, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice. Working from home.
I thought that was the Apple Watch storage room.
It still is. You might find an Apple Watch or 2 lying about as backups. Battery life's not great on the Apple Watch, so I got to have backups that are regularly charged.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, if you go into Kyle's house and you're just walking through, I mean, you can just find random Apple Watches charging all over the place, really.
There's some pretty good loot strewn about, I promise you that.
It was pretty wild. Well, we've known Kyle quite a while now, probably going on a couple years. Part of the Garage Gym Athlete community as well. Big supporter of me and everything I do with my T-shirts. He's got it on. We're going to talk about T-shirts here in a minute, which I'm not wearing, by the way, because I'm working and I forgot to go get
one. You're not even trying.
It's like I don't even care anymore. But it's okay. I'm actually going to pop one up. Sleepy Hollow Barbell Club in the store now. In the video for everybody to look at. Try some new things out. But
it's almost like those T-shirts are too good for even you.
Yeah. No, you're right. No, they definitely are. They definitely are better than I am. Which is kind of wild because I've made all of them. But you know what's really funny about it is before I started making graphic tees, I only wanted just like solid color shirts. Nothing on them at all. I don't know. I guess I've always identified too much with whatever's on my shirt, and like this is the first time I'm putting something out there that's pretty much 100% me, especially with the ones that I buy. So, Kyle, what you wearing there?
I got the Grizzly Squat shirt. I got one in green too. This is my favorite shirt. There's also one with an eagle on it carrying a barbell, which is insane because that's like the 2 best shirts that are on the website, I'll be honest.
Yeah, the eagle one just got a little bit of an update. But I like the old one too.
Yeah, I find the eagle one with the barbell a little unbelievable. Just, math and whatnot. But
seems like you're disrespecting America's bird, though.
Yeah. Such an accountant answer for things.
So
the Grizzly one's great, though.
Canadian of you.
Yeah, very, very
Yeah.
Canadian.
It's a good thing you didn't use a black bear, Trampus. Black bears cannot lift. They're weak.
Yeah, no, it's a grizzly. It's a grizzly.
Black bears are the labs of the forest, as we know.
Yeah, they're cute. They're cute.
They're
bears.
giant raccoons, is what they are. until one gets out in your car.
The OG trash pandas.
I guarantee you, what I hope and pray is that Chris Morgan runs in to grab something out of his kitchen that he forgot. Comes out, he realizes he left the door open, and then he gets there and there's a black bear there, and he runs away screaming. I really hope this happens. I don't want him to get hurt. I've said it before. I don't even want his truck to get hurt, but I do want him to have that experience, because I think
I'd pay for that security footage.
Right. I mean, I think he would change his tune a little bit. I really do.
Yeah.
On how he feels about
The background there is we I don't know. We just pick on black bears. It's fun. Like, I don't know, because
Mainly you.
they're the lowest bear.
Mainly
The lowest.
you.
I know. They're cute though.
Is it lower than a koala?
Those aren't even bears. They're marsupials.
It's definitely a koala bear.
We're really going out.
We're already on a
subject matter
tangent. We're not even at
expertise.
the end of the podcast. What shirt you got on? Probably one of my favorites, just
This
because
is a
of what
merch
it
shirt.
means. So he's got on the Heritage Collection. That's what I'm going to start calling everything that's got an Element logo on it. Heritage Collection, Murph 52 Mission. New one out there right now as well. And that shirt was designed solely for supporting Special Operations Warrior Foundation and what we did through the Murph Challenge last year, from 2020 to 2021, doing it once a week or 5 times a week or however many times we personally decided to do it. But cool shirt.
One time.
Yeah, one time was enough. Gave a good chunk of change to the Special Operations Warrior Foundation, and I don't know. It's literally, I mean, the business only paid for itself last year, but I was also able to give to charity. So to me, that's a win all day long.
Yeah, I bet between everything that was done last year, between your business, the GGA fundraising, all that stuff, I bet we were very close to 50 grand for the year. So
It's incredible.
'cause I know.
It's
Even the big
incredible.
fundraiser where it's like when it ended, we were in the high 30s. Like, I still had people dropping checks off for like 2 months that we were sending in. So
Wow.
Nice.
you know, we definitely
People love the help.
40.
They really do if you give them a chance to.
Yep. I'm
With
not
you being
wearing
all nice.
a Covering Strong Back shirt because I am working in my new office space. I'm trying to build it out. It's going to rain for the next like 5 days straight, so I'm trying to get everything put together inside so I'm in a storage building that I'm going to turn into an office, and it's going.
And podcast studio.
Can we expect an office tour of the finished product soon?
I mean, it won't be much of a tour because I think I'm landing on like a 5x10 space. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. And as we normally do, we'll go into our unofficial sponsors because this is usually done during happy hour. But yet again, Chris Morgan and his high-flying social life and business life has forced us to reschedule to an earlier time of day. So I actually don't have anything to drink because I put this piece of this piece of wood up before this, and it wasn't the right height, so I didn't make it back inside. I also stayed true to the time that we were going to start. Kyle, what are you
I
drinking?
was ready. I'm just drinking the universal solvent, agua. It's delicious. Morgan's got Water Plus,
that
but
actually
she's
can
moving
be.
to good stuff.
I actually think I'm going to go with water as an official sponsor. So
I have I made poor choices yesterday, starting at about 4 o'clock and ending at about 3 o'clock. And I'm just, I haven't even trained yet because I slept. Well, I went to bed at like 3, so there's Equip pre-workout and Liquid IV in there. That's the level of recovery I need right now.
Huh, that highfalutin lifestyle comes with a price, doesn't it, Morgan?
It was homecoming, and we hosted some of my wife's colleagues after the game. So it got a little out of hand.
Hey, sounds awesome.
And sorry for all the noise.
Thanks for the invite.
You're gonna jump on a 1,000-mile flight to catch a small school's homecoming football game?
I mean, I know I'd pick the right flight.
Heyo.
Nice. Nice.
And yet again, Chris Morgan's poor plane scheduling, flight scheduling comes into the podcast. It's a good day. It's a good day when I get to remember that he spent 6 hours in the smallest airport in the southeast. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, it wasn't very fun.
All right, well, we've talked about T-shirts, talked about sponsors. You want to talk about some training? How's it going? A lot of grumbles from the Hard to Kill folks this week. Lots of grumbles.
I'm honestly on the upswing and so happy to be getting back to a normal routine and schedule. As I've told you guys, I quit my very, very stressful job that required a lot of travel about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it's just been nice to get into the gym and do my thing. I'm feeling good. Diet's back on track. I did hot yoga twice this week, which is actually really hard. I don't know if you know that. Did it on Thursday and then again yesterday. Dropped in with my buddy who he too has kind of made a transformation over the past year. So anyway, yeah, I feel really good. I'm just trying to stay on the point, and I can't really complain about the workouts this week, although they were challenging.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, we're all super happy for you to be out of that stressful situation and back in a routine. It feels super
Moving
good.
On. It does feel good.
Yeah, the Hard to Kill life this week was tough. The training was something. So Jared's back on it, right? So anytime he's back on it, I'm always a little bit nervous. And
Jared's back in the spice.
We got off to it's interesting because like it really changed up a lot. Because like normally Mondays are very predictable strength day, Tuesdays very predictable conditioning day, Wednesday some strength / I don't know. It's just Wednesday's kind of a wild card, and then so is Friday. But it's like that Monday, Tuesday thing for Hard to Kill is usually pretty predictable. And this week it was like, whoa. And yeah, we squatted 3 days this week, which was not fun. That session on Tuesday was pretty challenging. It's like one of the top. That was a top 10 Hard to Kill day. We had strength endurance, so like sets of 30 squats and 30 bench and 20 deadlifts, and then this power endurance kettlebell thing for 20 minutes was awful. Yeah, there was a lot of grumbling. That's the right way to describe the first week of the cycle for Hard to Kill. It was fun.
It's like Enjoyed a BCT leftover week or something.
Seriously, dude.
Squat intensive.
But I was actually texting with Jared. We were talking about something, and even he on Tuesday texted me. He's like, it was all fun and games until that power endurance thing. He set himself up for a rough day, which is hilarious.
That's funny. That's so funny. I'm on Endure.
How's the no more beat? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm on Endure, and BCT's over, and it did not prepare me very well for a Marco fueled body geometry type Endure, and it's funny because this isn't even like we're doing a body geometry, so it's kind of a step back for him. Like he's told me this is sort of an easy, this is sort of an easy one, but it's just that body geometry stuff. So it's all these small movements that you don't work on. I mean, I did like a minute Superman hold, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but my kid was jumping on me at the same time too. So I'm trying to hold a 30-pound kid and do a Superman, and just it's those type of movements. Plus, fairly heavy, not real heavy. I don't think we got over like 80% deadlifts. So, but for sets of 4 or 5. I think Kyle.
It's all good, guys. I got a racket going on too. Don't feel bad about it. Trampus, dude, those holds, like Superman holds, we had those programmed too on Friday, where we had to do 60 seconds of reverse hyper and then a 60-second hold superset on Friday. That was fucking awful. Like,
yeah,
I did not enjoy that.
Yeah, he had it. Let me see. I'm gonna look. He had it superset. It was something.
4 sets. Way harder than I thought it was going to be.
Let's not do that.
Did you enjoy that, Kyle?
Yeah, so it was deadlift Superman hold. Then leg raises, med ball, good morning. So just a medicine ball, good morning. Pull-ups, bench dips, pistols. I can't do pistols. And barbell side bends. So it's just literally just attacking everything from here to
the core,
your legs. I mean, just absolutely attacking it, and you feel that for a couple days usually. I mean, or at least I do.
Yep.
But wait, you said that you don't feel it till much later because you're so elite. Is that what you said the other day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. It's
not
it's
flexing.
not even an opinion. It's an actual fact. Yeah.
It's an actual fact.
Well, I wear a Garmin watch, so.
Kyle is having to parent while doing a podcast.
Yeah, this is great. And he's just muted, so we can talk so much shit about him and he can't even get back to us. So
we can talk so much crap about him. He has no idea. Or I guess he has idea because he can hear us.
He's like...
He can.
He's just thinking about getting in his Toyota FJ, cruising the streets in his Apple Watch. And
for anyone listening to this podcast, Kyle is just periodically turning around, shaking his head. I believe I saw his dog in the background as well. I guess his kids.
That's a nice dog, though.
Screaming.
Yeah, naked, loud kid running around, so I muted it to try to be respectful. But
there's only so much you can do.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
I mean, this is real life.
That's why I'm building this podcast palace out here to get away.
Oh, yeah. To be able to hide and get away from it all.
Yes. I texted my wife before this.
I mean,
I'm podcasting right now. Leave me alone.
Look, there's only so much you can do. Everybody's a busy life. Like, I have actually only one child here in the house now, and my wife, and I told him I was going to be down here. So try to keep it down to a dull roar. And it just sounds like construction's going on upstairs. I have no fucking idea what's going on up there. It's like, what are you guys doing up there? Of course.
What could you be doing that's that loud?
I'm ready for just the vacuum cleaner to start running. Yeah. There's just be a vacuum cleaner over my head any minute now, I'm sure.
So I'm also on the GGA podcast. Yeah, I do hear that. I'm also on the GGA podcast periodically. Was on this past week, and my wife knows that I'm trying to get her out of here, and she said she was going to leave at 10. They start podcasting usually at 10:30, but sometimes we start a little earlier for whatever reason. Well, they wanted to start early, and I'm rushing to get her out, and she didn't leave at 10. She left at 10:20, and then she starts. And at this time, I was inside. Another reason I brought it outside is I can control everything that's going on in here. She starts the dryer, and I don't have a very big house, and everything's either hardwood or drywall, so it just shoots sound straight through the house. And I don't know. It's always a challenge, and there's nothing you can do.
I suffer from the same ailment here. That's why it's so loud. It's like
the next
no insulation in these
is...
floors.
The next move is installing a door over here, because then I can just lock it.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a door there or nothing.
No.
Huh.
It's complicated.
You should get a door. You should get a door. It's just,
Trampus, you're pretty handy.
I have a door to the rave gym.
You want to install a door?
I'm actually not very good at building things, so it's a misnomer.
Ironically,
If you're in construction, that you're a builder guy. I'm actually not that good. All right, is your house about to fall in, Morgan?
It looks like it is. We're about to see a collapse.
guys, I mean, look, I try. You know,
Yeah.
This
God, it's really weighing on
as good as it gets for
Let's-
me.
Let's take a quick break and make sure that Morgan's foundation
Yell at
is
our
still
families.
stable. And go yell at some children. And we'll get back and grill Kyle Johnson on essentially every part of his life.
Perfect.
Hey, everybody. I want to thank you for listening to the show and encourage you to go to coveringstrongbacks.com and sign up for our newsletter. Yeah, it's an annoying pop-up. I get annoyed by it too. I go to the website, pops up, it annoys me. I get it. But if you sign up, you'll be able to stay informed with all of our new apparel coming out and any new sales or offers that we're offering. So check it out, and thanks for listening to the podcast. No, I think we'll just leave that for off-air times. We're back, everybody. Yeah, we're back, everybody. Thank you for sitting through that. I know it was a lot easier on your end, I promise, than everything that we've been through in the last 5
Yeah, it's actually
minutes.
the next day.
It was actually really hard to get the same lighting. No, it's not. I don't know that we could have lined you up 2 days in a row with the way your kid's screaming in the background.
To say he's a wild card is an understatement.
Well, I have one too. It's just that he's 25 miles away right now, being
That's
taken
the way
care
to
of
do
by
it.
someone
Good for
else.
you.
Oh yeah, it's almost the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Almost the only way.
Do you implement
So-
that strategy
Just
multiple
wait.
days per week?
I try to.
Yes.
I try to. Yeah.
You guys got a lot to look forward to because when your kids get old enough, you can just actually swear at them, and it works really well. Like you can swear at a 14-year-old. Can you stop making so much fucking noise? I'm trying to do something over here. Oh, sorry.
I'm sure
What
it
do you
feels
got
good.
something important going on? It's really, and then you chirp back. You get to chirp each other. It's really fun.
So about that, before we start asking Kyle all of his intimate secrets, do you slap box with your kids and stuff? Is that normal?
I don't even know what that is. Slap
I
box?
intend to.
Well, just like we hit each other, and we like out in public. Me and my 7-year-old probably looks like I'm a terrible father, and he's gonna overrule me one day because he'll just come up and just smack me out of nowhere, and I love it. Like I love it. We're having such a good time, but it probably looks like he has zero respect for me, and doesn't listen to anything I say. But like, I mean, at times, like he'll just turn around and slap me, and I'll just straight up push him down to the ground, and we're having a great time, and I don't know if that's the right way, maybe it's the wrong way, I don't know.
It's a
No,
Seneca
I think
thing.
it's fine.
Yeah, could be a Seneca thing. Kyle Johnson,
What you
tell
got?
us
Kyle
about
Johnson.
you.
Well, hold
about
on.
you.
The most important. There's an important first starter question that we have to ask.
Okay.
We've been planning this all week. Tell us about your childhood and growing up in the worst state of the union, Ohio.
I had a great childhood. There's nothing wrong with Cincinnati, Ohio. Actually, it has 4 seasons.
There's nothing good about it either, though, right? I mean, I've been there, not impressed.
You guys have that fake
What do you
chili.
do in Ohio? Gets a little bit cold in the winter.
never-
Gets a little bit hot in the summer. There's stuff to do in between. Played baseball growing up. It was great.
He's getting defensive right off the bat. You should not have led with that.
Uh-huh.
Should not have led
I'm
with
ready.
that.
I mean, I'm not going
It
to take
is-
shit from a Minnesotan.
Oh,
It is a great baseball state, and they have a way better college football program than anything in South Carolina. That's for sure. So
they have a more historic one. I don't know if that's any better. It's probably better this year. Clemson's absolutely terrible this year. So far. It's game day today. We don't have a game till 7:30. But I honestly, I don't expect anything out of them at all for the rest of the year. They've just been that bad.
Well,
But,
the Gophers lost to Ball State, so, we're not having a great year either.
So, Kyle, you now live in South Carolina.
That's right.
Not far from me. Actually, very close.
Regretfully true.
Regretfully so. What brought you to the great state of South Carolina?
That is kind of a complex story, but I'll give you the Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes is fine.
It was work, long story short, but we weren't really looking to relocate. A few days after Christmas in 2014, we actually had a fire in our condo, and it ended up being a total loss. So we relocated temporarily across town. Insurance paid for it, whatever. Never really landed. When the place got rebuilt, it was a total loss. So it literally had to be demolished and rebuilt, start to finish. We didn't really want it anymore. And truthfully, we were in just a situation where we didn't have any kids. We were recently married. We're like, hey, let's just, we've been to Greenville before. Let's give it a go. There's a job opening. I worked at Amazon at the time. Let's go for it. So we relocated down here, and it's honestly been a really good journey so far. Greenville's been really good to us.
Why had you been here before?
Traveling through from Marco Island, Florida, believe it or not. We would always drive to Marco Island, and on the way back, we would stop in and notice that Greenville's just a poppin' little town. But truthfully, at that time, we could have held up a map and thrown a dart, and any city would have worked. But no, it's been a good journey.
That's pretty cool. Chris, you got anything, or you want to just keep going? You got something there? Nothing?
No, I really like Greenville too, and I got to visit it, and we had a lot of fun. So that's all. But I agree. Greenville does seem like a nice town. Sure did.
Yeah.
Those are from Clemson, though. Technically.
Yeah, that's true.
Gentlemen's a fine menswear store in Clemson.
I can't believe y'all went into MH Frank and bought anything. I can't believe it.
Well,
I couldn't remember what it was called.
Yeah, well, it's the only like suit shop in the Clemson area, and it's ridiculously expensive. Y'all obviously make more money than I do.
Can confirm.
So that's all I'm saying.
Can confirm.
That's all I'm saying.
We were, having a good time.
Our inhibitions were down. Let's just say.
Y'all were drunk.
When we went into that store.
Y'all were drunk. It's fun.
Chris a tour of the college town. He doesn't have much of a social life. I felt like we should get out and get some sunlight too. He doesn't get a lot of that in Minnesota.
Definitely not. Definitely not a lot of that. I think it was just last podcast we talked about how clear he is. Just his skin tone.
Those rave lights are actually UV backed.
Yeah, it's very convenient because if I'm ever injured or sick, I don't need X-rays or MRIs. They just hold a light behind me, and they can see everything. Just stand in front of this bright.
Diagnose yourself. Perfect.
It's incredible. So, Kyle, we obviously became friends through Garage Gym Athlete. I actually bought a grill from you, or a Traeger from you. I guess if I'm not allowed to call it a grill.
A Traeger grill.
Oven?
It's a Traeger grill. Traeger oven. Yeah. Whatever. Still delicious. Don't care. So I actually bought a grill from you before we really became friends. Saw each other in the GGA group here and there. But then we did the big Spartan race together, right?
That's right.
In North Carolina. And that was with the GGA group. And that was miserable because it was 45 degrees and raining for a 15-mile Spartan race.
As amazing and awful as that race was, and I'll tell you, I was beat up after that. I think you're the only one that walked away unscathed.
Well, when you move as slow as I do, it's hard to get injured.
I just remember, I was definitely meeting myself at the 10-mile mark, And at the time, of course, I didn't know there was about 4 miles to go. I mean, if you missed certain obstacles, you'd have to take a lap of, a quarter to half a mile. So I guess the race length varied depending on who you were and what obstacles you passed or failed. But man, that was brutal. And it was a long walk back to the car. Everything hurt. I remember at the end standing in that tent just trying to warm up. And I was just too cold and achy to even want to change my clothes. And it was just, I stood there for probably 15 minutes. I was like, I'm just miserable, and someone's going to have to just wheel me back to my car.
The walk back was pretty bad. I remember because me, Jared, Joe, Ashley, I think that was it. We finished together, and you and Shrum were coming a little bit behind us, but I remember, like, we kind of hung around for a minute, but they were like, no, let's just go, because we were all going to meet back at the cabin. I don't think you got to come to the cabin, but we were all going to meet back at the cabin, so we wanted to go ahead and get out of there. And I remember you said I came unscathed. I guess like physically, like as far as ligaments and bones and all that, yeah, I was good. But I was shaking so hard because my body finally just decided to cool down from not running into walking. And I just remember getting to the truck, and Hayes Camp had him and I had been talking before that. He told me I could come take a shower at his Airbnb because I didn't stay there because I'm only an hour and a half away from home. But the best shower I have ever had in my life. I don't think I've ever had a better shower than that one right there.
That's
it was
familiar.
incredible.
And I had every intention on going back and hanging out with you guys, but it was a 45-minute drive back to the house. And when I got there, I mean, we all have those moments after work where we just like sit in silence for a few minutes to just kind of reconcile the day. But this was like a whole other level of me just sitting there like, that's just such a long walk to the front door. So, I'm peeling my clothes off on the way in, and I go upstairs and shower. And after that, I just laid on the couch, and I'm like, I am not doing a thing. So I really had every intention on meeting you guys. I feel bad to this day that I didn't, but yeah, no, it just wasn't going to happen.
What brought
news.
you to that Spartan race? Like, what led up to that for you? As far as
that
joining it?
Ironically, that was kind of like the intention was for it to be like a victory lap celebration for me because I had just lost like 75 pounds.
Okay.
So right before I joined Garage Gym Athlete, maybe 4 months prior, maybe a little bit longer. But anyway, my son, he was born in September 2018, and I was pushing 280, to be honest. I was pretty
You got a lot of baby weight. You got a lot of baby weight.
And, I just had a moment of clarity literally after Thanksgiving, and I'm just like, okay, I'm tired just because I have a baby. I'm not going to feel any worse if I start counting my calories and start exercising. So I got very, very regimented and very strict with it. So there was a point in time, so I'm 6'2", and right now I weigh like 215. There was a point in time where I was eating 1,600 calories a day, and that was it. And that was like sheer willpower.
Sounds
because
so painful.
that was not sustainable. It was very uncomfortable.
No.
My goals and lifestyle changed a little bit since then, but really, I joined Garage Gym Athlete in must have been April or May of 2019. And I was on one of the webinars, and Jared was talking about, hey, we're going to be doing this beast. If you're on one of our tracks, you're at least most of the way prepared. And that motivated me to do it, and I was like, hey, let's see what I'm capable of. And I finished, and I didn't really fail too many of the obstacles, but man, that was just, I was not ready. I think, if I do it again this year, I'll be in a little better shape.
Well, it'll be hard. It's hard to be ready for what we went through. I mean, I'd ran. Let's see, I had done several. I think I'd done 5 or 6 Spartan races coming up to that, and I'd done a beast. And it wasn't anything like that. just because, I mean, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you're from. If you haven't experienced a sideways rain at 40, 45 degrees for 5 hours, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't train it. I mean, there's, you know, whatever, Navy SEALs and all these military people that are like living in it, but they're trained to do that. Average Joe's civilians, us, if you haven't experienced that, there's no way to prepare for that apart from just going out and training in it all the time, which it doesn't happen all the time, and it just lined up for that day.
Yeah.
And it did not slack up. It never really slacked up. It was, you know, and it definitely sucked. I mean, I'm glad it happened because we all have this like great story, and I mean, it's when you do something like that really lets you know, wow, okay, well, I did do that once. I don't necessarily want to do it again, but I know that I can do it if I need to. I've got sort of a similar story for this year. I'm trying to lose about 8 pounds, and that'll be a little victory lap when we do our Spark race.
Just 8, huh?
Just 8
whole pounds.
Yeah, I don't want to do a full 10. You know, just 8 pounds.
No need to be flashy with it. But yeah, that, you know, since then, you know, like I said, I was very regimented when I did that Spartan race, and even after, you know, it was great. But I took a job in March of 2020, which was chaotic in and of itself with COVID and everything, and it just involved heavy travel, and, you know, I gained some of that weight back. You know, I didn't, you know, go off the rails. I continued exercising and trying to do the right thing. But I mean, Chris can probably attest to this. Like, when you're on the road and traveling for work, and work's paying for food and whatever, it's so easy to, yeah, I'll grab a beer, you know, give me the densest beer that you have, and also fried food along with it. You know, who cares? Calories don't count when you're on the road for work, because I don't want to be here anyway, right? So the psychology of it can really tear you down, and I would say I failed that test. But at the end, that's not what I wanted to be doing anyway. So that's why I'm not working there anymore. So it's fun now to try to get back into it, and it's been just a refreshing change of pace for me.
Cool. So what did you do?
I'm super excited.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm super excited for everybody to get together for this Spartan race in November.
Yeah,
that we are.
You are coming, right, so. Kyle?
You
are coming, right? You're definitely coming.
Soft yes for me.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Just tell us no. Just tell us no. It's so much easier.
Is it okay to bring a newborn like with me? Like they make like those baby hiking backpacks, right? So like she'll be
ultimate flex.
10 pounds, right? Maybe most. How much can she weigh? So I'm going to say I'm in.
I think
she and I
think it's like allowed, not recommended, but probably allowed. I don't know. You have to contact Spartan to make sure.
There have been so many technological advances for outdoor gear to keep you warm and dry. Like, it would just seem that Osprey or some brand like that would have accounted for infants outside.
Yeah.
You'd think.
Is it more so the baby or your wife that's holding you back? Because let me tell you how to fix it. It's like, look, we just had this new baby. I'm tired. I need a break. And you just let her know that up front. And do it the day before, though. Don't do it now. You know, like just the day before you're supposed to be leaving. And then,
I hear what you're saying.
And then just come up there. And, I mean, is she going to divorce you? Maybe. but you're getting to hang out with us. And, you know, I mean, can you really put a price on friendship like that?
I mean,
my wife can.
Think about the best shower you've ever had, and then think about doing it with all of us. That's what you're giving up.
Now that is a temptation. You're right, though. It could go two ways. My wife heard how much I complained about the first race, the very same one that we're planning on doing in the month. So she's either going to hear oh man, Kyle's really dedicated and he's trying to get back on the fitness track. Or she's going to hear, that thing was just about as close to torture from what I understand, and he'd rather do that than hang out with us.
I think they're going to do a different. They'll do a different route. They'll do a different route this time, and hopefully it won't be raining. It'll be colder, you know. And when I say cold, that's South North Carolina cold, Mr. Morgan. But
I bring perfect weather to the Carolinas every time I go there. It's been perfect. Like last November, this summer when I went, we brought perfect weather. So
last November when COVID canceled our Spartan race.
Excellent.
Yeah, last November when COVID canceled our Spartan race, it was perfect. Like there probably couldn't have been better weather to do. It was just like a cool, crisp air, real clear, lower humidity. I think even. I mean, it was beautiful. And they canceled it. But you know,
we still had a good time though. We made the most of it.
Oh, we definitely had a good time.
We sure did.
Oh, we definitely had a good time, and we will this time. So I really was kind of hoping you'd be in your garage. I should have prepped you a little better. But you have what I feel is like the perfect setup, and it really pisses me off every time I go over there. Just letting you know.
Well, that's why I invite you over as much as I can.
Yeah, I know, and I know that's the reason, and that's why I don't come over.
You had a chance to be my neighbor. They're still building new houses.
I've seen the houses.
Get a big new fancy job. Let's get yourself a new fancy house.
No. Unfortunately, where you bought your house at, it's now what? It's like it's going up 25%, I think, or 30% since you bought it, and it's no slouch house. I can't afford that. I haven't sold enough T-shirts.
Well, you don't even wear your own T-shirts.
Guys.
So, I mean,
I'm not good enough for them.
Kyle has 2 garages, and one is just a gym. It's pretty badass.
It's a detached.
I mean, he needs to do a lot more work.
He has 4 cars worth of garage, and it's completely detached. It's got a little walkway. It's got a side entrance. It's literally like the perfect.
It's got its own door.
Meanwhile, I'm just like roughing it in my 2-car. I'm building an office in a storage building. During the break, there was a squirrel on the roof. I thought it was a rat trying to get in here, and Kyle's over there just in a palace.
I recently made a huge upgrade to the garage gym. I invested in one of those Google Mesh internet things.
I'm getting one of those.
I've got like 3 routers, so blazing speed. It's great. All areas of the house.
Yeah, I'm getting one of those. I'm getting one of those. But right now, I'm sitting at 81%, and I've never recorded this far away from the router. It may be fine out here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe I should get one.
I'm about to get fiber.
Maybe I'm missing out.
Exciting.
Maybe I'm missing out.
Yeah, well, I'm still living the crap internet life here, but it's going to get better. Not that anybody cares.
I have crap internet as well.
I care. As long as you can still attend the Thick Squad conversations on chat, that's all I care about.
I care for about an hour a week. Is that enough?
I get it now. I get it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good. What else we got for Kyle? What do you want to ask him? Ask him something tough. Ask him something.
Do you need to know how awesome it is to have a Jeep? Because it is awesome.
I thought you had a Toyota FJ.
Yeah, me too. I definitely thought that was
an FJ. How little you guys know about it.
It's got the different color top than the
kind of walked into that
body.
No, it does have a different color top.
Yeah, it's the FJ. It's the same thing.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't have a lot of hard-hitting questions, and a lot of that's because my brain's just not that optimal today. As discussed previously, I haven't made good choices recently, so
you're very ill
they'll come to me.
And it's at
Not
Kyle's.
enough licking
I mean,
speed
Kyle's
today.
calls. Yeah.
I'm all puffy. It's just
We can do a part 2. That's all right. We'll do part 2 another time.
Yeah, maybe since
Well,
you and
More to
I,
tell.
maybe since you and I are like, I don't know, 15 minutes apart, we'll do it together.
I mean, I think that'd be really cool. You guys should actually get together and have kind of a table and be
Yeah.
looking at one another, kind of be really formal.
I think that gets trickier than you think, though, because
You
of
dress up.
microphones and sound and camera angles.
It probably takes some level of expertise on the technology front that I don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither.
Figure it out. How hard can it be?
We'll do it.
Cool.
Kyle, I appreciate you coming on. Everybody that's made it all the way to about 45 minutes, thank you. And I encourage you to check out coveringbacks.com. You go there, you'll get a pop-up. I know, it's annoying. I hate the pop-up. I go to my own website and I'm like, God, there's a pop-up. But if you sign into that pop-up and leave your email, you get a 15% off discount, and you'll get my weekly email, and or maybe one or two. Sometimes I skip a week. It's not real regimented. I'm not trying to push things down your throat. Just letting you know what's coming up. I have sales coming all the time, and there's also a perpetual 10% off in the email club. So check that out. Give me a like, follow, and I appreciate y'all listening. Kyle, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.